Ramble. Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode.
Good morning, everybody. What a morning it is, too. What a morning it is.
It really is.
It is.
Should we?
One of those mornings.
9:36 a.m. Should we leave work and go get massages and wine and just call it a day?
I'm really, we've got a stash of White Claws in the fridge over there. Like, I was about to roll in here with a White Claw.
It's technically brunch.
Alexandria and I were here one day and we went to get some water and there were no waters in our new fridge. There were only White Claws and one can weed soda. And I was like, well, Alex, you thirsty?
I mean, if those are the only options, then
they left us with no options.
Yeah. Welcome to You Can Sit With Us, guys. We're having a day. I am Ariel. This is Becky.
Hey.
And this is Rachel.
Hi.
Maggie is on vacation.
She's enjoying the beautiful sun.
That's
and
right.
The ocean.
That's right. Maggie's in Cabo.
And we're not jealous at all.
And no, not like she's posting it all
if you
over.
Don't have a margarita and a churro for us, we're going to be pissed.
And by margarita and churro, we mean 7.
Yeah.
Well, one for each of us per day.
I want Maggie to call me after she has had her 7 margaritas. And she's, partying with Lauren and Jeremy and Zach, of course. And I just want to experience that. Sort of vicariously with her.
Through
Maggie,
her.
could you FaceTime us a little later today?
After you've had your morning margarita. Yeah, I would love that. That'd be great. But today we've got a lot to talk about, but we have actual scheduled things that we will try to talk about in between the other things that we will probably talk about.
Yeah.
Becky has a pop culture corner for us.
Pop culture corner, baby.
And I have a query of what is it and why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guys, we're going to be looking extra juicy and dewy today because you know it. You love it. The air conditioning's still not fixed.
Listen.
Do we know
Shout out to the building. Shout out to the building.
Apparently.
It's still really nice in here.
It is.
You're sweating.
It's nice.
You're out of your mind. Maybe it's because we did ad reads before this and Miles and I were in here.
Yeah.
But my belly button is sweating.
Oh my goodness.
My legs are sweating.
Oh my goodness.
I've powdered more than I've ever powdered in my
I
life.
brought you something. It's not going to help you with your
I was
sweating.
like, is it a leg
It's-
sweat
no,
saver? Can I put it in my belly
It's
button?
something that I got you for your birthday, and then I forgot to give it to you.
Oh my God.
I know. Do you know this company? Kate McLeod?
No, I thought it
McLeod?
said Kale McDonald on the bottom. And I was like, what a name.
This is not sponsored. I'm just giving Becky a present. Here, catch it. It's solid.
Should I open it on
moisturizer.
air?
Sure, why not? Yeah, it's solid
What?
moisturizer. I've been getting really into it because the
a Mama Stone Mini.
Oh, yeah.
What are you trying to say?
No.
What are you trying to say, Ariel?
I'm not trying to say anything. It's the unscented one because I didn't know which scent you wanted.
Oh yeah, and I'm a little unscented baby.
Yeah, but
No,
they
it's
call
not.
it the Mama Stone. I don't know why. Maybe because the unscented thing.
Hey, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
That's
but
exciting.
you use it on your arms and stuff, or use it on your legs.
Get a little rub.
You were talking about being all slimy, and I'm
I am
just
slimy.
imagining having lotion on and being slimy.
Hey, it'll help emulsify the lotion as the heat from my body. So it'll turn into a liquid really fast.
Exactly. But I realized that
Thanks,
I
Ariel.
didn't give you a birthday present, and I really like giving presents.
You do like giving presents.
I really, really like giving presents.
the queen
You're
of
good
presents.
at it. It is one of your skills
It is
to
one of my
take
joys.
something that I would never think of and to turn it into the perfect gift.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And you get your little home workers at home to help you with the wrapping.
That's
Yes.
right.
Wesley made this adorable wrapping paper for Keith's birthday present. And we all were looking at it and we're like, oh, Ariel, this is so cute. Where'd you get this? And she's like, Wes made it. And we're all like, but where'd you get it?
No, Wes
made it.
It was beautiful.
Oh, that's so sweet. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just kids painting.
It's really
It's
darling.
good.
When Ariel gave a gift to the girls for their birthday, Wes was there and he handed it to me. It was all wrapped up and he looked me dead in my eyes and goes, don't open it till you get home.
See, that was the opposite of Wes with Keith. He was like, Keith, do you think we should open your present? Because to me, that is also how Wes talks. Like he's got like a little New York accent.
Oh, yeah.
Like he looked up at Keith and was like, hey, you got some Nerf guns? Hey, with the finger and everything. Hey.
Did you ever think about having Nerf guns?
He did. He did say that. He was
you got cars?
You got some Nerf guns?
Hey, man, that kid's memory is gold.
I know.
It was a good memory.
Oh, I know. That, yeah, he's really... And like we went to Rosanna Panzino's house the other day. She had a water slide. It was amazing.
An inflatable water slide.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I was like
into the
my
pool.
God.
Yeah, it was seriously epic. But I was
Celebrities, they're just like us.
They're just like us. She had a water slide.
I was like, whoa, you get an HBO show and then you get a water slide in your house? What the heck?
HBO, hit us up.
HBO.
Tritopia, ever thought of it?
Yeah.
You ever,
Tritopia.
Tritopia?
It was so amazing. And Wes, he's in this place where he'll like he starts to try something, and so he's like very, very hesitant until he like does it once, and he's like, oh, I don't know if I should do that. And we're like, well, maybe just like try it. Maybe just try a little bit of it. And so then he'll do it, and then he'll do it again. And then you can see the craziness in his eyes. And he's just like, I did it. I'm going to do it again. And so he's like,
Down
crushing this water slide.
Yeah. Yep.
But we were reading a book, like ready to go to bed the other night. It was like 2 nights ago. And he had been like laying his head in his pillow with his loveys and like rubbing, which is like very, very close
lovey?
to a lovey.
Like a stuffed animal?
Yeah, so
It's
stuffies
a
are
special
stuffed
thing.
animals. Yeah, a lovey's like
okay.
a special. Usually they sleep with them. It's like a little like blankie or
Like a comfort item.
Oh, but it's not like a brand.
no.
Oh, okay.
No, it's like a
We have blankies. We call them blankies, but you could call it a lovey. Lots of kids do.
Ours is like a blankie attached to like a stuffed animal head. Which saying that seems really creepy, but they're very
They
sweet.
don't
They're
look that
loveys.
creepy.
Ariel, I
Yeah.
do have a word of caution about a blanket, though.
Tell me.
Speaking from experience,
Go
you
on.
give your kid a blanket, you're like, hey, kid, love this blanket. And then they might be like a 28-year-old adult bringing a rag on vacation because they need to have it.
I have a friend who does that. I have a friend who has a blankie that
Wait, is that person you?
It is me.
It is
wow.
me. You have 2 friends?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my
I have 2
goodness.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave
Wow.
the girls blankies, and I even have backup blankies because I'm worried. But they have it. Well,
Yeah.
when
loved
do I
it.
take the blankie?
Well, you can try. My parents like threw it out at one point because I would like pitch a fit if I left. Like there was an unhealthy attachment to this blanket, and I also sucked on it. And my mom, being a speech path, is like, oh my God, she's gonna ruin her teeth. She's gonna, ruin her speech with this thing. But yeah, I had it. I cut it down when I came to LA to being to be a square. And I did it. I remember Zach was coming over to our apartment, like one of the first ones we lived in. And I was like, Keith, I'm doing it. Let's take it to the garbage. And so I cut out my square. We took it in the garbage. And then I went on vacation to do, I was a bridesmaid at my friend Katie's wedding. And I was staying with my friend Thespie in this little Airbnb. But we had stayed in a hotel the night before. And I did not grab my blanket from the sheets.
No.
So it's gone. And I'm like, probably 26 or 27 at this point. And I'm like, you know what? No, I don't need it. It's going to be okay. My friend Thespie, who's been with me when I freak out about things, very calmly goes, maybe we try to find it. I know in this moment, you're okay with it not being here, but we're going to be here for a while longer and Keith isn't here. So maybe we just call him. And it was lost forever.
Oh my God.
Was
So you
gone.
didn't get to say.
I didn't get to say goodbye. I went cold turkey off my blanket.
And how many times did you like reach for it and then you remembered it wasn't there?
I would reach for it because I didn't still suck on a blanket, but I would just stick it in my mouth. Like it was like a comfort thing where I would just like fall asleep with it in my mouth.
Interesting.
And then I would say this maybe correlated with when I started taking gummies to fall asleep at night.
And I never slept again.
So Ariel, you could either get a blankie or some weed.
A blanket or some weed.
Yeah, I think those are great options.
Wow.
But it has these little
June and
nubs
Poppy,
on
this
it.
is a word of warning. This is a cautionary tale.
So sorry, June and Poppy, for what I've probably taken away from you.
Wow. Where was I going with that? Oh,
He was rubbing his levy.
he was rubbing his face on his levy, and the levy has like little nubs at the corners.
Oh,
and so he rubs the nubs. It's very cute. He'll like put them in his mouth and stuff. But
Just like Aunt Becky.
he was like very, very close to falling asleep. And then he kind of like sweetly looks up at me and he goes, "Mama, do you remember that pool party?" And I was like, "The one with the water slide bug?" And he was like, "Uh-huh." And then he lays his head back down and falls asleep.
Oh,
That was a good day, huh?
Yeah, that
fun.
was fun.
Good pool party,
Good
everyone.
pool party.
You should text Rosanna.
I
love
should.
that.
Well, I mean, I told her when we were at Keith's house, I was like, "Oh my God, that water slide is like the current best
Legendary.
day ever for
Yeah.
my child." Yeah, I know. No, she's like, "Oh yeah, next time we're going to get the 24-footer.
The 24-footer?
Yeah.
The children just fly off into the neighbor's yard.
Apparently this one was only 9 feet, and it was not only 9 feet. It was enormous. And I'm just imagining 24
24-footer.
feet.
Maybe that's for the adult party.
Yeah, I know.
That's the White Claw party.
yeah.
Instead of the White Elephant party, it's a White Claw party.
Ooh.
Pretty good, huh?
I think it would be very fun to have a White Claw only party. Like, I know not everybody likes White Claws, but
I
then
don't
everybody's
love a
at the
claw.
same level of just like,
I don't like White
Amazing.
Claws because they're sneaky.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I
It's
know
like,
some people like that, but 1 second you're drinking seltzer, the next second you're so drunk you can't see straight.
You're sliding off a
that's
24-foot
why.
water
You're sliding off a
slide.
24-foot water slide.
That's what I'm saying.
Lubbies
Is
in the air.
either nobody drinks White Claw or everybody drinks White Claw. Because if you're the one person drinking White Claw and you're sneaky drunk, like then that's just a problem. That's just an issue.
hate being
right?
sneaky drunk.
Yeah.
I don't mind being sneaky drunk if I'm around other sneaky drunks. You know? You know what I mean?
We have to band together.
What
Yeah.
about the Topo Chico? You guys
I didn't
get on the
have
Topo
those.
Chico?
Was that the one? Was
Is
it
there
the
an
mango
alcoholic
flavored
one?
They do have an alcoholic Topo Chico, but I think it kind of tastes like the regular Topo Chico.
Wow.
Because sometimes when I have a regular Topo Chico, I'm like, I'm feeling fresh.
That sounds super sneaky.
They're good. They do just kind of taste like water.
Wow, no, I don't want my water to secretly be alcohol. I
Yeah.
like the taste
Yes,
of
that's true.
alcohol.
Yeah.
No, I
Ariel,
can't do
we'll
it.
slip on our White Claws and Rachel will sip on just a neat whiskey
Yeah.
on a 100-degree day.
I want to taste my alcohol.
She likes to feel the burn, baby. The burn.
She's got warm vodka. Just
But like, if it just tastes like water, I'm going to drink a lot of it. And that's a problem for me because my tolerance is not super high. And all of a sudden,
got it.
You're lit.
Well,
I'm
that
lit.
sounds,
You're a little
that sounds
party
like
animal.
it's not an
Can't
issue
wait.
with White
but
Claw.
then I have to take a nap.
It's an issue with your tolerance.
Yeah, it is an issue
Yeah.
with my, I should work
What's
on
wrong
that.
with naps? Then I have to take a nap.
Then I have to
You
take
said
a
it
nap
so
in the middle of
sadly.
the day. Have you ever
my
taken like a
God.
2 p.m. drunk nap and woken up hungover at like 6 p.m.?
I don't think I've ever taken a nap
No?
from 2 to 6 p.m.
I do all the
You're right.
time.
You're right.
That's a long nap,
too
though.
long.
But
2 to
yes.
4, 4 to
Yes.
6.
No,
I mean,
I'm not going to leave you hanging on that one. I have absolutely had that experience.
that is what day drinking in your mid 30s is like for me. And I can't do it. I was on vacation in Vegas recently. We didn't have a sip of alcohol till like 6 o'clock every night. And there was food present.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You gotta live that power nap life. You set
20
your alarm
minutes?
30.
30.
30. And the
Wait,
rule
I've heard,
go with
I've heard if you go over 20, it's like
the
a
I read
no-go.
30 was like the perfect
Power nap?
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
tell us about the power nap.
So guys, you have to make a deal with yourself. You have to really look yourself in the eye in the mirror and say 30 minutes and that's it. So you set a 30-minute alarm.
I'm imagining you doing
This is literally what I do. I probably take a nap.
But Becky,
Yeah,
what if
I
you
live
don't
it-
fall asleep right away?
Too bad, so sad, baby. You get 30 minutes once you hit that timer. So I hit the timer. You get your 30 minutes. The timer goes off. You have to stand up. And if you don't stand up,
just like a zombie, like,
you need to pop up. And then if you don't stand up, you don't get to take a nap the next day.
oh. Interesting.
These are Becky's rules to live by.
I like Becky's rules. I like how strict you are with yourself.
I am.
Becky is
I don't
very firm.
live in a gray area very often.
because I feel like a nap is like it's a kindness you're doing to yourself.
Yeah. You know, if they have nap pods at Google, it means something. You know?
When you wake up in your cycle, though, depends on whether you feel like you've been hit by a train or you feel refreshed and great.
Refreshed,
Sometimes
that's
you
why you get up.
wake up at the wrong time, though, and you're like, oh no, I feel awful. I have to lay back down.
2021 is shaping up to be a much better year than 2020, but all of that stress from last year is still hanging around, and that's why I love BetterHelp. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can connect in a safe and private online environment, and you can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not self-help, it's professional counseling done securely online. Send a message to your counselor anytime and you'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, all without ever having to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches. There's a broad range of expertise available, and it's more affordable than traditional counseling. Anything you share is confidential. They offer licensed professional counselors who are specialized in depression, stress, relationships, sleeping, trauma, family conflicts, and many more. So many people have been using BetterHelp, they're recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. I want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/sitwithus. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/sitwithus.
I have never been good at the power nap. I've never been good at the power nap. And
30-minute rule.
And you know, I was never good at napping.
Do you stand up when your alarm goes off?
No, I do not.
Throw yourself out.
But I didn't nap. I didn't like naps until my first pregnancy. And then with the I think first trimester of first pregnancy, I laid down one day and I was like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
This is really, really good. This is nice. And I slept for maybe like an hour and I woke up and I felt so much better.
Well, the thing about early pregnancy is if you don't nap, you feel sick.
Right.
For me, I felt like you feel nauseous and kind of swimmy and like you feel bad.
Do you think the baby napped when you napped, or was it
That's a
like
good
just a
question.
bundle of cells at that point? And
Probably just bundle of cells
Right,
at that
bundle
point.
of cells.
But
at that point of napping.
I never looked back. I never looked back.
You're a nap queen
and
now.
I'm a nap queen
Nap
now.
queen.
If I can get a nap in, oh my goodness. I mean, I don't nap very much anymore, but like if I get really warm and I didn't get a good night's sleep, or like, you know, like one of the kids was awake or something like that, then if I can get a nap in the middle of the day, oh my goodness. I took the most glorious nap the other day. My parents were here.
Where were you? Where did you lay?
Oh my goodness. My parents were here, so they were taking
What were
care
you
of the
wearing?
kids.
Was
What were
it
you wearing?
sunny
Do
or
unbutton
did you
your
darken?
pants when you nap?
Oh, I fully take
I do
off
an
my
unbutton
pants.
or a removal.
Fully
Yeah,
take
yeah,
off my
yeah.
pants. Yeah.
You can't nap in pants.
You can't nap in pants. Or even like a structured blouse or something. I'll just
no.
I'll strip that baby off, put on a soft t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
But I don't get it in the covers. I do not get under the covers to nap.
Do you use a blanket?
I do. I use
Okay.
like a light blanket.
Okay.
And I find that if I nap in my bed, I'll use like a light blanket, you know, over the covers. But some of the best naps I've taken have been on the couch.
Yeah,
Couch
I
naps
do
are
love
where
a
it's-
couch
couch
nap.
naps are where it's
because I
at.
don't feel like I'm going to bed because I also don't like to
Exactly.
get under the covers. That's
Yeah.
too much. You wake up
Too much.
hot. It's
too much.
daytime. You're in your covers.
Then it's like,
like,
whoa,
I
where
don't
am
want
I?
this.
Where? Oh, this is weird.
But on the couch, it's also like that happy medium. You're like, oh, it's nap time.
Alfred will come up and nap with me sometimes.
So will
and he
Clem.
doesn't sleep with me. He sleeps with Keith. And so I'm just like, come here, you little furry baby, get in my
Come to
arm.
me.
Look, come to me.
Come
I
to
told
me.
you. I did that with Wes when we were at VidCon. I was walking around with him, and people were like, hey, I like your baby. And I was like, it's not mine. It's hers.
Hers.
I feel like
and
this-
then I was like, Ariel, we got to go. And I just conked out with Wes.
that was-
that was
on
really
me, and I was
good.
like, I love this.
That was really good.
That is a
You
baby,
do. Baby
sleeping
naps.
on you. Nap is
that's
really nice.
Like
So
you
good.
have won the lottery
Yeah.
when you fall asleep with a baby sleeping on you.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
goodness. I know that it's not like there are certain times that it's not safe. If Maggie was here, she'd be like, that's not safe, guys.
Oh, yeah.
But
there are certain times where it is safe and you're just dozing.
Especially if you have them in the
baby
carrier.
on you. They're in
You're
the
just like,
carrier.
They should do like a rental service where you could rent a baby to nap with. I mean, I'm sure there would be like legal reasons why
I
you
see some
can't do
problems
that.
with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I see some dark web reasons why you shouldn't do
Potentially
that.
problematic.
But what if you like vetted everyone
But
the
how
way you
nice
vet
would
like
that
what if
be?
it was just like old like me, like an old babysitter? a childless woman who used to babysit a lot and is like, I just want to nap with a baby.
I think you just have to hang out with Finn more.
I guess that's true. Because that's true. He didn't like me very much. We went out to dinner this one time and he was like,
he was really like, he was very fussy.
for those listening, I flicked off. I pretended to be Finley flicking me off.
You know, he's a pandemic baby. He don't know you.
He was like, ma'am, please.
I'm not here to nap on you today.
Yeah. He was like, I only want to be lifted this particular way up into the air. And
he was very squirmy on that particular
my
evening.
arms, I was like, there are muscles I didn't even know I had.
I know.
Okay, what if you rented out babies also to work out with them? Guys, I think I have a baby rental company blossoming.
I think you should do puppies instead and go for it.
Maybe like baby goats.
Oh, well, you don't want June and Poppy? Wes and Finn? I'll cut you in.
June and Poppy are too big.
If you
June
tried
and
to-
Poppy are like, ooh, strangers. Also, I have opinions. Also, I consent to people touching my body.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
That's true. But what if we made them just sign a little document? That's it.
Wes, I don't know if he would pass the test. He's a kicker. He's a kicker. Like, you know, that could get.
He's like, soccer. Let's go.
Yeah. Or like, he likes to climb people.
Oh,
So, you know, if
we might have to interview him
if you
first.
tried to nap with him, I just imagine that he'd be like, get
out of here.
I think you should do the same idea
Okay.
with bunnies and puppies.
Bunnies don't really like stay still. They want to like be free and flop around.
Little bunnies stay still. I held some in a pet store in Ojai once and I almost brought one home.
Well, you guys, we've gotten a little off track. Let's just bring this right back. Becky, do you want to take us on a journey?
I want to take you on a journey, guys. So for this pop culture corner, usually I'm like, hey, let me give you a recommendation of what to watch. You know, watch this K-drama, watch this TV show, watch this movie.
Yeah.
But today I want to tell you what not to watch.
Oh,
I want to take
That's good. I don't
burden.
wanna waste
I'm
my
watching
time.
it for you.
so that you don't have to.
So you don't have to. So when Keith and I go to bed, we like to put on a show that makes us sleepy, something you don't really have to pay attention to. And the other day I noticed Manifest was trending on Netflix.
What
A
is
friend of
Man-
mine
what
just
is
told
this?
me to watch this. And I will
Don't
say,
be friends with them anymore.
oh no, it's
Don't
one
be
of my
friends with
lifelong
them.
friends. I
Well,
can't do that.
you know, they've
No.
led you astray and you need to cut them off.
I will say, as she was describing it,
Just cut
Never
it off.
talk to them again.
everything she said, I was like, isn't that just Lost? Isn't that just
So-
Lost?
Oh,
It is a show that, so the reason that I wanted to watch, we'll back up. The reason I
Okay.
wanted to watch it is because I always get confused when a show pops up that is 4 or 5 years old as the number one trending thing on Netflix. I'm like, why? Why is a show from 2017 the number one show
it's
that
from
people are watching?
2017. It's not
Yes.
new.
It's not new. The reason it's trending is because it got canceled. And so I think people are like watching it to try and get Netflix to like re-up. No?
They're not actually trending. It's fake.
Fake? Is it just because of
They
the...
just pull it up?
The
It's
preview?
because Netflix bought it and they want you to watch it. If they're not trending. They're
I
not
am
trending.
shooketh.
It's
They would
because-
buy Manifest and not renew the society?
Yeah, I know it's a trash, but that happened with Cursed, the Catherine Langford show.
Oh,
it
I
was
like that
number
one.
right? Number one in the United States at the same time Stranger Things is out. I don't think so. I certainly don't think so, sir.
But didn't they make Cursed?
They did, and I wonder why Cursed is number one trending in the United States if it's a Netflix property.
Messed up.
Fascinating.
That's dirty. That's fake news. Netflix is fake news. Okay, well, so people aren't just watching it; they're just trying to get us to watch it, and I fell for it. So I turned
Apparently,
it on.
so did my good friend. Damn
Yeah.
it. This was going to be my biking show.
Yeah, so
You can
it
ride
is-
my bike.
The
Watch
concept
it.
is like any other. I would say it's more similar to 4400 than Lost. If you ever watched that show, so or like Leftovers. Do they come back? Yeah.
Oh, I did watch
So
Leftovers.
it's the premise is these people get on this plane from Jamaica, Montego Airlines. It's just such a specific like place that they picked. Yeah, they were all in Montego Bay. They get on the plane to go home, and they land. They get off the plane. 5 years have passed.
What?
5 years, and now the question is, what happened? And the government
while they were
is
in the
like,
air,
while they
5 years passed.
5 years passed. Nobody got older because there was a little boy.
And for them, it felt like
No time had passed.
3 hours or whatever.
Yep. It was just a normal flight. But now all of their families have like moved on, and every once in a while you're like, is it Jesus? Like they are
did their
very
families
confusing.
think that
the
like the plane
leftovers
had
was
They
a
thought they
little
were
bit
dead.
like, is it Jesus?
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
always, is it Jesus? It's like they go on a list. It's like magic, aliens, Jesus. And it's some variation of those. Like 4400 was aliens.
So they
Even though
thought
it
that the
never
plane had
finished.
just disappeared.
They thought the plane disappeared.
their
They thought it was
families
like
thought they were
Malaysian
dead.
Airlines. You know what I mean? Like the plane went down somewhere and nobody heard communication.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows what happened. Though we do know about that plane now.
Yes.
But at the time we didn't. So yeah, they come back and their families are all like moved on. And it's got Josh Dallas, I think his name is, from Once Upon a Time. I think that's literally the only person that's on the show that would be notable in,
Becky, you're
in any
making
career.
me want to watch this show.
No, Ariel, no.
It sounds so
what's
good.
so bad about it? Tell me more.
It is. Okay, I got many issues. One,
Yeah.
the writing is, I watched some trash. I was deep into Pretty Little Liars.
Sure.
Yeah. Trash. It's trash writing. I don't know what they're saying half the time. The relationships are like the main guy and his wife have zero chemistry. Like sometimes they're just talking at each other, but the main guy and his sister kind of have some chemistry. So like, even though the show's not implying anything, you're like, wait a minute.
Wait a
Are you
minute.
two?
That's casting.
Are you two?
That's just casting.
Are you
That's
two
bad
gonna
casting.
kiss?
Are they dating in real life?
No. So actually, Josh Dallas is married to. She played Mary Margaret on Once Upon a Time. They met on the show and they were dating on the show, and then they got married in real life. Now they have 2 babies. But the thing that bothers me is you would think if people disappeared for 5 years, when you came back, people would be like, magic. Like, what's going on? This is crazy. How exciting.
Like triumphant news.
Yeah, it would be like a cool thing. The government like immediately is like, you're all bad. You're all doing something. And they're like interrogating them.
What?
And they're like, this can't possibly be real. But there's like an 8-year-old who is still 8 and his twin sister is now like 15.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, okay, clearly something has happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they get these like, they call them the callings. And sometimes it's an angel that's doing the calling, like a fictional angel comes in. And so you're like, okay, is it Jesus? But it's not Jesus. It's a science thing. But maybe there's a little bit of
So
Jesus.
it's really
Wait, so
confusing,
they
but
get
also
voices?
the writing is bad.
Yes, they hear voices that are basically like, save her.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
And it's a whisper.
Okay.
And then they like haphazardly do stuff. Also, like one of the main characters is a cop. And we're like, okay, enough.
Enough.
With the propaganda. Come on. Can't you do something else?
Yeah. Take the cops out.
Take the cops out.
Out of our stories, out of our lives, off our streets. Defund the fucking police. Are you going to keep watching it?
Yeah, I mean, I need to know. So it's canceled. So I feel like I'm in this place where I'm like, well, I want to
tell you something.
I want to know what happens, but they're not going to finish it.
I like to say this when someone's reading a book that they're like, oh, it's really bad. Or it's just really dense. Like Jonathan of Second Try is reading like a Russian like revolution history book right now. And he was like, it's not really summer reading. And I was like, Jonathan, you don't have to finish it. You can, but you don't have to.
What I learned
Becky, you don't have to
But
finish
I
it.
want to know, because now I'm at a part where they're like,
What if
okay,
you
it's
never
not
know?
God, but it is
What if
maybe
they never tell
science.
you?
So they're not going to. Same with 4400. Ended
You know
before they
that.
got to the finale.
They don't give you like closure?
I assume not. I mean, I'll tell you when I'm at the end of season 3, because there are 3 seasons.
Where are you now?
Season 1.
Oh, you have so far to go.
I know. I got to keep going. And my mom's watching it now too.
Oh,
And
so
she
they
watched
can stop.
Lost with me. And so she was like, she was so funny. She was on the phone and she's like, so I have a question. Like when people like pitch a TV show, do they have to have the whole show written before? Because she was also like, what is going on with this? And
I know.
famously Lost was not, they were like, we're just going to throw out some questions. We're never going to answer them.
Right.
We have no
It
intention
sort of
of
ran
answering
off the
them.
rails a little
It
bit.
went way off the rails, but it was a fun, bumpy ride.
Yeah.
This sounds like a less fun, bumpy ride.
Yeah, it's just not as, at least like with Lost, there were like really good actors and the storylines were like, the ones that they did fully like actualize or fully realize were like very good.
Uh-huh.
There were just,
And the
you know.
first couple seasons were really impeccable. It just then got a little nuts.
they got a little crazy. And there's also like so many, I wrote this paper in college once about why like Lost was, why watching TV is actually good for your brain and not bad for your brain. And I compared Dukes of Hazzard to Lost. With Dukes of Hazzard, you had two characters you had to follow. That's it. You don't really need to know anything about their lives. Lost, you need to know 15 characters. You need to know their past selves, their future selves, their sideways selves.
You have to keep up.
You have to remember things. So it like helps your working
mind
memory.
games, yeah.
Yeah.
I also feel like with Lost, like the first few seasons were so good, and you really got invested in those characters that when it went off the rails a little bit later in the later seasons,
You made allowances.
Yeah, you're sticking with it for the because you
you
really
want the
care about
closure.
these people.
It was fun to be like, whoa, what is happening?
Yeah. And they would tie things together sometimes, but I don't think Manifest is going to tie things together.
It sounds like you aren't invested in these characters yet, and it's already going off the rails.
No. With Lost, I would cry when people died. Just tears would flow. I kind of want everyone in Manifest to die like horrific deaths. I want like there to be
that bad.
They like teased a killer at one point, but then they tied that episode up in like one moment. I was like, no, I wanted a serial killer to go around and kill every person that was on this plane.
Oh my God. You have
because
to
I
stop
need the
watching
characters
this?
to be replaced.
Whoa.
I need the writers to take a reset, but I can't stop.
Becky's in a dark place right now.
We got to help Becky.
Well, there's like nothing to watch right now. I feel like I've watched everything that you can watch.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to put on something that's like
Bad.
a bad show.
I don't know. I tried to watch Shadow and Bone. I couldn't do it.
I watched Shadow and Bone. I was way into that.
Ben
That was a
Barnes,
Becky
baby.
wreck over there.
Ben Barnes, baby.
I think the acting and writing are so bad.
Oh, but just dive
Say it
into
to Ben Barnes'
dive
face,
into
Rachel.
the world.
Say it to his
I
face.
will. Invite him on the pod. It wasn't good.
He would come on the podcast.
I'm really sorry.
Oh yeah, and I
It
do
was
have to
not
issue a
good.
retraction. I did say Ben Barnes was like 45. He's like 37 or something.
Oh, well, yeah.
People
no
DM'd
fact
me and said I
checkers.
called him too old.
Okay, I know I'm way behind on this, but I finally watched the Bo Burnham thing.
yes.
I did not. I
No?
could have sworn that man was like 35.
Now he's my age.
And then when
Yeah.
then when I heard the song about how he was turning 30, I was like, "No, you're joking right now. Don't do this to me."
Quarantine has aged us all.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. But
Life
my
and
goodness, I feel like there was just I
know.
don't know
It's-
what it was about
Perfect.
him that made me think that he was older than that.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Like,
It
'cause
wasn't
he's
the
a
way he
genius.
looked. He
Because he's a
doesn't like.
genius.
He doesn't. Yeah, maybe it was just because it
Yeah.
was like so.
Because it's perfect.
maybe his brain's 35, but he's 30.
Yeah.
Well, technically he's like 31 now, I think.
And I was making up this story in my head about how the place that he was filming was his like back house. You know, so I was like, oh, so he's clearly like a very wealthy, you know, comedian. But he's only 30?
Oh no, he is a very wealthy comedian.
He's a
very wealthy comedian.
Is his
and
back.
that is
Yeah.
his back house. I at the beginning was like, oh, is this where he lives? He like sleeps and eats here.
absolutely
And then
not.
I was like, no, 8th grade. No, he has like a full house. This is like his studio.
8th grade, 2 Netflix specials,
Yeah, yeah,
and he
yeah.
toured for years.
Yeah.
And his videos on YouTube have been on
Yeah.
YouTube for forever. And as we know, working, those videos make money forever.
Yeah.
That
So-
is fascinating.
Yeah, he's got a nice house. I
So-
assume.
Yeah. And he has like a cute partner and like he's doing
Oh
fine.
yeah, she directed Hustlers.
Yeah.
Word on the
Whoa.
street. Word on the street.
Oh my goodness. This guy, did he make a 30 under 30 list? Like, what do we?
Do you know you have to apply to be on those lists?
What?
Yeah.
Don't know.
I thought that there was just somebody out there who was like, this person.
Recruiting.
No.
This
looking
person.
for talent.
No, you apply.
Wow. No wonder.
Should have applied.
Should have applied.
Should have applied.
I wasn't doing anything.
We're going to be
29.
40 under 40.
Yeah. Can I get in the 100 under 100 list, please?
We're under 40. Is there a list?
Their list
come
40
at
to
us.
40.
I think that's ageism to do 30 under 30, but not 40 under 40. Because there's a lot of people under 40 that are really crushing it.
It would be all those people that are under 30 are also under 40.
Yeah.
I think that's where
we
it
have
starts
to compete
to
with the
conflate,
masses.
you
Well,
know?
I also think people are more established in their careers in their 30s, but in your 20s, the people who are really like going for it, impressive.
Yeah, that's fair.
The inside is perfect. I couldn't stop listening to
It's
it on
so good.
Spotify.
It's
I
so
couldn't
good.
stop watching it.
Oh,
It's
man.
so good.
It's so good. Yes.
Well, Ariel, speaking of how quarantine has aged us all.
It really has.
Yes. Excellent transition, Becky. Excellent transition. Listeners, I was regaling Becky and Rachel about a terrible experience that I had.
Wait, a week ago, we were hearing about the glow up, the Ariel glow up.
Yeah.
She got her nails done. She
got a spray
tanner is
tan.
back.
I
She got
finally
a
felt
facial.
comfortable enough
She
to
got
go
a facial.
to all my places. And
Yeah.
some of my places are closed. That's unfortunate. So I had to find new places.
Yeah.
I had to find a new nail place. And okay, so I went to my old facial place. And I'm not going to say where it is because I don't want to get into that.
No.
But it's
No
not,
blasting
it's not
here.
like it's not like a super nice place, but it's not like a super, shabby place either.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Mid-range.
I went to go get a facial the other day, and I got the same facial that I got probably a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It's like this, Becky, you know that I love exfoliating. It's like
Just loves
a
exfoliating.
very, very exciting exfoliating facial where
We've had many conversations about
almost
where
like-
Ariel, you got to exfoliate just a little bit less.
yeah,
A little bit less for not as long.
I love exfoliating.
She's like, I want to scrub my face
I
off.
love
Ariel,
the
no.
physical exfoliants. I love the chemical exfoliants.
I can't
Oh,
touch
that's
those.
yeah,
My whole face. No, I'm too
Way
sensitive.
into exfoliating. Yeah, look
I
at my
am
face, everybody.
exfoliate.
Zoom in on my face. It's fine. It's
Please
fine.
don't
I love
zoom in on my
exfoliating.
face.
I love exfoliating. I don't know. There's something so satisfying about like using the like crystal ones. I'm using the Tatcha deep cleanse. It has like the most delicious crystal somethings in it.
Uh-huh.
It's like they put rocks in it and you just rub it on your face and it is so satisfying. Ooh, I like it so much, but it's not like too rough. I think I got hooked on exfoliants with the St. Ives apricot scrub.
Who didn't?
Anybody
When we were
else?
younger,
Anybody
who
else?
didn't?
That was college.
Okay, you know what I used to do with that? I used to use it as a face mask too. I would rub it on my face and then I would leave it on for 15
That is
minutes, thinking
so funny.
that it was like, oh, well, this is good for my skin because I'm leaving on all the goodness.
They're like, yes, an
That
exfoliating
is
mask.
so funny.
I know. I was before my time. I was probably 15.
You were
That's
innovator.
what kids do. I had a friend where we were still young enough to like take baths together, like 7, 8. And she was like, okay, we're going to put soap, like bar soap on our faces as a mask, but you can never let it dry. So you just have to tap on water. And we would put soap on our faces as a face mask and tap on water.
That's really
we just
funny.
out here trying to be like our mamas.
That's a peak spa day.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
a
really
spa.
nice. Yeah, no, that's the good stuff.
Put a hair mask in. Sit that
Oh,
way,
yeah.
Did you guys ever do the homemade hair masks where like you would look up what you put in a hair mask and it would be like egg yolk and sunflower oil or something?
We always put lemon in our hair trying to turn it blonde.
I would put lemon in my hair.
It does. I mean, it
all
does
the
work.
time.
It didn't work well enough. I was looking for like a transformation.
Anytime
Oh,
that I
yeah.
had a leftover lemon, I would just
give it
I
a
would
squeeze.
it on my hair and just and then I would go sit outside.
Yes, exactly.
I used to do beer rinses with you put beer in the microwave, not in the can, obviously, just like in a bowl. And then you dip your hair in it. Makes your hair shiny.
Really? Do you still do
Does
this?
it still do that?
No.
No.
No, I don't do it anymore. You do smell like beer. Like it's really hard to get it like the smell out. Yeah, it's hard to get the smell out. But yeah, I used to. It was something about the yeast, I think, was supposed to be like good for your hair.
I'm just imagining like a leftover trash can of jungle juice or something, and you just dip your head in it. Like the vodka and the sugar is great for your hair.
So good.
It's so good.
So you went to your exfoliating facial.
I went to my exfoliating facial, and I'm a huge proponent of extractions. I think extractions are great. Becky and I have had this conversation before where like if you like there are certain types of extractions that are okay. I feel like where I don't really, like the woman that I had doing my extractions, she was wearing gloves and doing it with her hands. But I also went to a facial, a few weeks ago where she was doing it with like a tool, and that felt
and
a
some
lot.
people do cotton swabs.
Yeah, cotton swabs
too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so this woman was going to town on the extractions
What
on
was
my
she
face.
extracting on your face? Is what I'm confused about. I like don't really see.
Well, see that's the thing.
So I'm like, what was she popping out?
I have like okay, so TMI guys, but like when
Ariel,
when you
go.
get clogged pores and like and you can kind of squeeze out the bits. You can squeeze out the bits, right? And so
The
I
sebaceous
get
filaments,
a lot of clogged pores like on my nose and sort of in my T-zone area and on my
I don't
chin.
see any of that.
Well, it's because I just got a facial.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Like if you look,
perfect.
if you look at the sides of my nose, like you could pick stuff
You
out of
just
there.
have pores, but barely.
Right. So yes. So anywho, she was so rough with my face, like so rough with my face.
Did it hurt?
It hurt. It really hurt. She was basically just taking my face and just like squeezing it really hard with her hands. You know when you really go to town on like a pimple or something and then it's red for like hours and hours after that? My whole face was like that. Like all along, like all over my nose and all over my chin. Okay, so I grew up being told not to pop my pimples.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the going advice.
Is that the going advice?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
And yet we pay people to pop our pimples for us.
What is it?
What
Why
is
does
it
it happen?
and why? What is that and why? I that baffles me because I'm a huge proponent of extractions because I do feel like my skin like looks better after that, because they sort of pull out all the clogged bits and then my pores look a little smaller. This in particular was just a bad facial. But are we supposed to pop our pimples? What's the difference between a clogged pore and...
No. Well, I know at the Korean spa, the only place I've ever gotten facials, but they use like a neutralizing thing. It's like a cold little metal something that has like electrocurrents so that you don't break out. I don't know what it is though, because I'm laying there with my eyes closed and I can feel what's going on, but I'm not seeing it from a bird's eye view. So I'm not sure what it is, but I always think to myself, I could never do home extractions because I don't have the right prep of the steam and I don't have the right post of like any neutralizing anything. So then I would just break out, I would think.
Well, the thing that I've always told myself about not doing it at home is that it's not as like sterile, that it's not as clean.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, because like if I'm not wearing gloves, I'm not I don't have the special extraction tool or whatever.
Yeah, you also have to go to school to be an esthetician.
Right, exactly.
I would say a lacking of education as well is compounded.
Complete.
But is it making you regret going to get a facial, and is it making you wonder like why you just go see someone who you don't know for something that's like pretty intimate at the end of the day? Like it's your face.
Right. So I had this bad experience. I have had excellent facials, but it made me question like, who do we trust with our skin?
I think finding people you connect with, like if you're doing things like acupuncture or facials or getting your hair cut, there are certain people who hear you and make you feel good, and then there are other people who don't, which is maybe like
absolutely
people who are great at their jobs or people who are having a bad day, it sounds like, or people who are not so great. But I think in those things it's important to find people you just connect with.
Totally.
Like part of why it's fun to get a David Dang haircut is because it's fun to hang out with David Dang.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Like, it doesn't even have to be a haircut. I could just be getting a glass of wine. I just want to hang out with David Dang because he's such a lovely person to be around.
Right. Yeah.
So I think finding people like that, it's so good.
Yeah. Or like somebody that you can, you know, I like being able to kind of go in and be like, you tell me what I need. You know, I'm not gonna sign up for the, you know, the this and that because I think that's what I want. You know, like I think my skin is like oily, but they're like, actually your skin's a little dry, you know? And so it's like, yeah, thank you. Okay. Thank you for like, you know, looking at my skin and like hearing what I need. And
you just need a different place, Ariel.
Yeah.
I think you can trust your skin to people. Yeah. You just need a different place.
Yeah. Anywho, I looked up a little bit about extraction info.
Do you guys watch any of that stuff on YouTube?
Dr. Pimple Popper. I love her.
Really?
I think she follows Keith on TikTok and I was like,
I'm a hard no. I find it so gross.
Oh, I love it.
You love it,
baby. I don't touch my own skin that way. Yeah. But if Keith has something on his face or on his back, I'm like, no, give it to me. Let me get it out of you. And he's like, please stop. I'm like, okay, fine.
I do that with
I think people either, it's very polarizing. People are either like, ooh, I want to see it. It's satisfying. Or they're like me and I'm like, oh my God, no.
Yeah. I'm just like, how did you get all that in there? Let me see it come out. Sometimes they have to cut stuff out. And I'm like, oh my God.
With like a knife?
Yeah. Like bot flies or something?
Like what?
Like a bot fly?
A what?
A bot fly?
What's a bot fly?
What are you saying?
Oh my goodness.
Spell it.
BOTFLY. Bot fly.
Use it in a sentence.
Okay. A little bit of backstory.
Country of origin.
A real thing.
So this is totally a real thing. When I was traveling in Costa Rica before college, we were walking around in like sort of the foresty jungle type area, and they warned you that if you got something that looked like a mosquito bite, but it didn't really itch, it just kind of hurt.
Oh, you're about to say
that
something
it was
scary.
probably
I can feel it coming
that it was
on.
probably a bot fly, and they're
like
not that. It's kind of like a tick.
Does it go under your skin?
Yeah. So what happens is they bite you, but they don't leave like venom. They leave their eggs. But it's not like it's
That's straight out of like Edgar Allan Poe.
I know.
The spiders
It's really gross. Gross content warning. It's
this whole episode got gross.
I'm sorry. But okay, it's not that scary. It's not that scary because basically all you have to do is put a piece of duct tape over it, and it kills the eggs, and then it comes out like a pimple.
Oh, and it's a sack of fly eggs. That is straight out of some horror show that is secretly a K-drama that Becky watches sometimes. You know that scary show?
The scary
that would happen in
to
Wonder
tell in
Woman.
the dark.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
one of them
that
where
one,
the spider.
Yeah,
in the cheek.
Yep.
Wait, was that from Nick at Night?
No, it's a book series that they then turned into a movie, which it was a pretty good movie. I kind of liked it. You didn't like it, Miles? He's laughing.
I'm thinking of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
It's good. It's cute.
Yes.
Which also got a reboot. 10 out of 10 recommend.
Oh, really?
I
used to
Manifest 0 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I used to come home from school every day. I was a latchkey kid, so I would, and I would turn on the TV.
We learned that term many podcasts ago. Remember?
Yeah.
Said you're a latchkey kid, and I was like,
a what?
TV babysitter?
I use that too.
Yeah. And so I would come in, I would turn on Are You Afraid of the Dark? And I would watch it.
And then you would be scared?
No, I ate that stuff up.
It's so good.
It.
You'll like the new one. It's good. It's only like 4 episodes. One of the kids from It is in it.
Why is it only 4 episodes?
It was like a limited series that they brought back. The first one is on YouTube, but then you have to buy the rest of them. But you could also just borrow our Amazon password because we bought them. We bought them because we wanted to watch.
So are you telling me they use a knife to cut out pimples?
Well, they're like cysts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Dr. Pimple Popper, because she's like a dermatologist, does everything.
Right.
Sometimes she'll do pimples. Sometimes she'll do cysts. Sometimes she'll do like benign growths.
I remember when
she broadcast this.
Yeah. Did you know that sometimes dermatologists use shots to get rid of pimples?
Yeah, you could get I don't know if it gets rid of it, but you could do a cortisone shot in a like a large acne, but it's the same like someone getting a cortisone shot in their knee. Like you're not supposed to do that a lot.
And because I remember when I was a teenager and I struggled with acne and so I was like, I think I looked up one day, like, why don't celebrities have acne? You know, I was like, this is something that everybody has. Why don't celebrities have acne? Like, is that why celebrities are celebrities? Because they have perfect skin?
Right. They were born that way.
They were born that way. Like, is it like, are these people that are born with no acne? Like, how does this happen? This can't be real. Like, who are these Beverly Hills people that get rid of their acne?
No, they have
right?
good makeup and good lighting.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they have dermatologists.
They have big skin problems because the amount of makeup they're wearing day in and day out.
But I read somewhere that like apparently J-Lo one time had like a huge pimple before a show, and she went and she got a shot for it.
Yeah,
I mean, shout out to J-Lo. Like maybe it wasn't J-Lo. I don't know. Maybe it was like Britney Spears or something. But yeah. Oh, speaking of Britney Spears, so much
we
drama.
have to do a whole episode again.
Britney.
Drama.
Yeah, I mean,
good for her.
That was a lot to listen to.
It was.
Yeah.
Her testimony was like, oh my God.
Yeah, with that, celebrities are just like us. They have 26-foot inflatable slides in their backyards at all times, and they have acne. So there's that.
Don't watch Manifest.
Don't watch Manifest.
And vet your facial places. Yeah. All right. Love to you all. Peace to the world.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going. This is just going to get worse.
Wash your hands. Go get vaccinated.
Wash your hands. Get vaccinated if you're not.
You fools.
Bye.
Bye.